Hello, Mississippi Conference. I'm Jasmine Haynes reporting on location here in Charlotte, North Carolina, the official home of the 2020 postponed General Conference. Let me make you aware of what's happening. Here's a recap of the major legislative action from Wednesday. The biggest news of the day had to do with human sexuality, and I have to do a little backtracking here to provide some context. Legislative items pertaining to human sexuality began moving forward on April 30th on the consent calendar, and General Conference approved the following changes over Tuesday and Wednesday. General Conference removed a ban on annual conferences and denominational agencies from giving United Methodist funds to any gay caucus group or using funds to promote the acceptance of homosexuality. Instead, the provision now says annual conferences and agencies should honor the denomination's commitment not to reject lesbian or gay members. They also eliminated the requirement that the General Council on Finance and Administration, also known as GCFA, the denomination's finance agency, enforce the ban. Instead, the provision says the agency should ensure that church funds do not go to anything that rejects LGBTQ people or limits the response to the HIV epidemic. General Conference also removed the ban on boards of ordained ministry from considering candidates without evaluating whether they are self-avowed practicing gay, and removed the requirement that bishops rule gay candidates ineligible. General Conference also erased the mandatory penalty of at least a 1-year suspension without pay for clergy found guilty of officiating at same-sex weddings or unions. This was the denomination's only chargeable offense with a mandatory penalty. General Conference also voted to allow gay clergy in good standing to be appointed across annual conference lines when their bishops cannot locate an appointment in their conference. They also set a moratorium on judicial proceedings related to the denomination's ban against self-avowed practicing gay clergy and same-sex weddings. Now, the moratorium will last until General Conference alters it, so there's no timeline on it. It's just until it gets altered. Some of these changes, including the moratorium, take immediate effect upon the adjournment of General Conference. Shifting gears to clergy retirement news, General Conference delegates approved a new retirement plan for United Methodist clergy in the U.S. This plan, called Compass, is a defined contribution plan rather than the defined benefit plan that historically has been offered. You may be wondering about the difference between those two plans. Well, a defined benefit plan is similar to the public employee retirement system, more commonly known as PERS, for state employees in Mississippi. When they retire, they receive a guaranteed monthly retirement income for the rest of their lives. A defined contribution plan is more like a 401k, where in retirement you live off what you've contributed to the plan over time. In a defined contribution plan, you could outlive your retirement savings if you don't plan well. But you also have the ability to create generational wealth by leaving your loved ones with what's left in your retirement account. You cannot do that in the defined benefit plan. Late on the morning of May 1st, delegates approved the Compass Plan by a vote of 658 in favor and 64 opposed. Andy Hendren, top executive of Westpath, said, quote, "We are pleased the General Conference has taken this important step." He adds, "Their thoughtful action will strengthen the long-term sustainability of benefit plans for our church and ensure retirement security for clergy." To be clear, clergy will retain CRSP, also referred to as the CRISP plan, benefits earned through the end of 2025, then begin earning benefits through the Compass plan. The benefits of clergy who already have retired are not affected by this plan. With Compass, clergy will have retirement accounts that they control. They are encouraged to contribute at least 4% of their salary to receive a full matching contribution from the church. All U.S. clergy, regardless of their church's size, will get at least $150 monthly contribution plus 3% of pay for their account balance. And beyond that, we'll get another dollar for dollar match on up to 4% of pay. Compass also will provide matching contributions to help clergy pay off student loans. Compass is expected to be less costly than the CHRIS plan and will not generate additional long-term liabilities for annual conferences, which means that local churches in Mississippi will not have to bear the cost of those long-term liabilities as well. The day concluded with many elections, the University Senate elections, Judicial Council elections, and the elections of a new General Secretary designate, just to name a few. Here's what's scheduled for General Conference on Thursday, May 2nd. General Conference will hear from the organization of the Standing Committee on Central Conference Matters, followed by the recognition of new Judicial Council members and those members completing their service. Additionally, General Conference will continue with the consent calendar and other conference business. As always, you can find the most accurate updates and information from Mississippi Conference Communications at the URL on your screen. If you'd like to follow and keep up with our social media platforms, you can go to X, formerly known as Twitter, and use the handle @MississippiUMC or visit the Mississippi United Methodist Conference Facebook page. Stay tuned for more General Conference updates. For Mississippi Conference Communications, I'm Jasmine Haynes reporting.